Hello everyone, welcome. We are going to look at applications of Loci mechanism, and the case here we are going to have is a ladder that slides along a wall and to and fro on the ground. And the question reads, a ladder measuring 50 meters leans on a wall. It slides down until it lies horizontally on the ground. It is again pushed to slide up the wall until it is vertical on the wall. Using suitable scale, plot the locus of its midpoint as it slides up and down. So what you can see here is our profile of the wall and the floor. And therefore, we are going to use a scale of 2 mm to represent 1 meter. So that we are going to use 100 millimeters to be our 50 meter distance of our length of our ladder. So now first we are going to measure our 50 meter, that is 100 millimeters on our ruler, and we'll be able to transfer it on that wall and the ground to we assume that is our ladder. So we can have our 10 is here. This is our 10. So if we assume we are starting it here, we need to first of all say this is the first point on the wall, and you can call it P0. We cut it on our floor to get our, we can call this Q0, that is our lower part of the ladder. So we are going to join so as to get our ladder. So this is our ladder. Now once we have our ladder, we can determine the midpoint, and the midpoint here we can still do the construction. We are just determining our midpoint. We can as well measure the normal measuring, or we can construct as I've done. So this midpoint, we can call it M. The next thing we shall do, we shall subdivide or have divisions along the floor, equal divisions, where we are going to be putting new positions of our ladder as it moves up. So we want to start by moving the ladder up, so we are changing the positions on the ground. So we can have the first point in that order. We just have divisions. So that means this is going to be our Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4, and Q5. So we take our distance of our ladder just by transferring, and we transfer it at Q1 to get a point where it meets our wall, and we shall call this one P1, and we join. So after joining, we shall be able to know where is our midpoint, our new position for the midpoint, by just transferring our midpoint to come and take that part. And then next we move it here 100. We move to a new position, get the new position on the wall, join, join, transfer the midpoint, transfer the midpoint, sorry. Next, take 100, move to the new position 3, cut, connect, transfer the midpoint, transfer it here. Next, again, this is our new one, join, transfer our midpoint, this is our new M. Next, move our ladder to position Q5, sorry for the blurry, to position 5, cut on the wall, join, so as we are moving the ladder, you can see how our midpoint is moving. It's going to take some profile, and that profile is what you're so much interested in. It will be our locus for that point, for the midpoint. As the ladder slides up and down the wall, number, what have I taken? The midpoint. Come and establish it. Now, what if our ladder is vertical? That means we are going now to take the ladder to stand vertical. Come, pick, let it stand vertical to the wall. It gives me that point, and my midpoint will lie there, just slightly above the first position, original position. Next, we want to know how it will appear on the ground, on this ground, as now it starts sliding down below. So we are saying this is P1, this is P2, P3, P4, P5, in that order. Now let's move it down. Moving it down, it means we are going to have points along P, this other side. We can take the same divisions we did at first and bring it at P0, the next, next, in that order. We just want to maintain the uniformity. Now first we transfer our P0 to our new point, we can call it P6. We transfer our ladder to start from our new point here. Let's see where it cuts it here, so we join. Because this one was Q5, Q6, this one becomes Q7, and this one was P5, you can have P6. So let's transfer our midpoint. So we repeat the process. We are going to join this. We transfer our midpoint. There we go. Now we assume it is on the same. Just carry the midpoint. Like we assume the ladder is now along the floor, we just bring the midpoint here. You get the new position of the midpoint. So what we are going to do is we are going to join all those points to come up with a curve that will indicate the locus of a point of the midpoint of that particular ladder. So that is the locus. One thing you'll understand is that if you take this radius, it's like it is a semicircle, okay? If you take that, it should be equal to the half the distance of the whole ladder, or is the distance of the midpoint from 0. So this is just like a semicircle, and it is a trace or a profile along which the midpoint is going to move, and we are referring to it as a locus of that particular midpoint. Thank you very much for attending to this lesson. Consider subscribing. Have a nice day.